Go. Hey, it's Nimix right in time. Hope you're doing well. Mighty dandy. That's not a bad way to be. Fine and Randy, that's even more fun. That's fine. Just want to at least have one left. Big 20, wow, that's an oldie. I'm not even sure where I'd be able to find that. I have to check a couple different My Resources, but yeah, the camera does not want to behave. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like it's pulling way farther back than usual. This guy is like nailing me on everything. What in the world is going on? Well, it's good that you're liking it. That's the entire point. It's like she's not jumping over them, she's like picking off their heads. Really bizarre. Hey, and Sphiko! Everybody showed up. It's all good. Doing some New Game Plus speedruns with Bayo and then Jean. Okay, game, there we go. Please catch up. 32. Yeah, it was like 28 here. For our European friends, we're talking 0 and -2 or 1. So wait for the 10s. Oh, that is... like, people would be dying in your state, Nimix. Unless you're, like, trying to thin the herd there, you monster, which I totally approve. What? I didn't say that out loud on recording. You're crazy. Yeah, true. Kill the bugs. 20s, dang. Well, 20s Celsius or Fahrenheit? There is a difference. Fahrenheit, okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty cold. I was like, if it's 20 at night, that's at like Celsius, I'm like, that's pretty comfortable, actually. Coldest I've been in was about -45, -50, just about, Fahrenheit, which is kind of funny because like when you get that cold, Fahrenheit and Celsius match up almost. 40 below. No, I think it's 20 or 40 below match. I think it's 40. That was... no, Fahrenheit. Yeah, because I think it's like 40 below, Fahrenheit and Celsius match up the same. Like, if you're at -40, it's both, for both temperatures. It's one of those two. It's either 20 or 40, I can't remember with my conversions in my head, but that was up in Minot, North Dakota.
You've been naughty.
And then, of course, we have part of our country is about to get a nor'easter, which is a fancy word for storm that goes out over the ocean and just rotates back on land, and it stays there for like about a day and just dumps snow like crazy. I'm gonna try something real fast. By real fast, I mean slowly. Well, the thing is that the mech actually moves faster, so... You just kill everybody. So if you have like a long stretch of like where you're just navigating on land, I'm wondering if that's going to save like maybe 2 or 3 seconds overall, you know? Still butt spot. Buttspot.exe, go! Now, it was really funny because they kept saying, like, with the nor'easter, they're like, it's gonna be dumping, like, 6 to 7 inches of snow. It's like, that's not a nor'easter. I've lived through multiple of those, having lived in New Hampshire. We're talking, like, 2 to 4 feet of snow. Basically a meter of snow. It's like 6 inches is a storm. It's nothing. And they couldn't get their models right. So one model would say it's going to be dumping, like, 18 inches of snow, and the other one was going to be 4 inches, and they finally figured out what was supposed to be what. So it's like, okay, that's better. So they figured, like, now it's like a lot of areas are going to get hit with, like, 2 feet of snow. Probably not for me, though. I mean, I live on Lake Erie, so we get our own snowpocalypses occasionally, as I call it. It's pretty much like a very warm winter here in the States. I mean, it tends to happen like about every 3 to 4 years. You have this kind of warm winter where you don't get a whole lot of snow. Yep, we are live. Live and running. Running with the devil, maybe? Cue the Van Halen. Cue the DMCA. Yeah, it was actually like 3 years ago, this Christmas, we got hit with almost 8 feet of snow in 2 days. And it was like I was like recovering from my second back surgery, and I couldn't do anything, and our snowblower broke. And my dad's like, well, I don't feel like shoveling. It's like, get the fuck outside and shovel goddamn snow. It's like, I'm going to murder you. Like, I was having like none of it. Hammer! Yeah, I was not having fun. And my mom had like she had like hernia problems, so she couldn't shovel. It's just like, and then like they went out there and did like the most minimal job. They're like, it's too hard. I'm like, yeah, I know it sucks, but like, you know, we need to buy a functional snowblower. This is the reality we live in. You live in a place where you get dumped on with snow, so that's gonna happen. Oh, I was going to. It was like I was getting so pissed off because I had like appointments to like get like drains taken out of my back, and I couldn't do it because we were snowed in. We couldn't get out. So I was like, get this done now. It's like I was like, I want these stupid drains taken out. So it turned out, like, my dad's a retired nurse, so, you know, I called up my surgeon. I'm like, hey, we're up in Erie. We got, like, 8 feet of snow dumped on us. We can't get out. It's like, my dad's a retired CRNA. Can you, like, take out my... Can you take out my JP drains? He's like, yeah, it's not a problem. They're not in too deep or weird angle, so my dad had to take them out for me. You know what? I'm wondering if the guns are faster for Bayo in certain situations. I mean, with Jean, these fights go so much faster. Same thing for Rosa, but Bayo is the weakest character, so I don't know. It seems like that one just took way too long, even with the red lollipop. I'm like a very, like, motivated self-starter. So if something needs to be done, like, I will just do it. So I'm tired of waiting for people, like, to get around to get doing it themselves, you know? Things like that. So, like, all of a sudden, like, not being able to, like, shovel snow and, like, you know, do things like that was, like, driving me up the wall. Buff Bayo for Bayo 3. Nah, I will take medium-length hair for Bayo 3. She doesn't need to be buff. She's good as she is. Too far. We're gonna need that in a little bit. You know, the guys will have to let me know how the audio mixing is, too. It looks like this part's a little quiet. It goes up and down. Well, they do, technically. I mean, they're from the same clan, so they're going to be like early Ryu and Ken. They're going to have the same type of moves and techniques because it's what they learned. But, you know, Jean has the Bayonetta 1 set while Bayo evolved in 2 with her combat. You know, it is a little different that way, but I just want, what I would like is when they do dialogue reading to actually have different dialogue. You know, like if you're playing as Jean, have the voice actor who plays Jean read those lines instead of Bayonetta's voice coming out of her body. Same thing like for Rosa or whoever. I mean, Rosa's not going to be in the next one, but you know, whoever ends up being playable. That would be nice, but seeing how this is a Switch game, no. It's like you are up against like hard limitations as is running on a cell phone processor. I mean, they have room to spare, but they're not going to do it. Well, if they want to expand it like Devil May Cry, that's fine. Just don't expand it like Devil May Cry 5, where you have V, aka Hot Topic, running around being mopey emo bitch. and dragging the game to a complete total stop. And forcing you to play that for like a good fourth of the game. Yes. I say, if you play as Rosa, if you caught the last time I was doing a Rosa new game run with her, you saw me do the quick kill on this too, because, you know, if you can do it with her easily. Because she has, this is like what her Umbran Climax is, you just have to time it just right. I mean, you'll barely pull it off in time, but you can still do it with her. Everyone else, you can do damage before the fight starts. I mean, Bayonetta and Jean can do the same thing, but they're not going to be taking off nearly as much because they can't transform into the Umbran Climax mech.
Didn't think I'd miss a good fight.
Umbran Armor, or whatever it's called. I was wondering if that'd knock it over. It does not. Okay. Wasn't it also Madame Butterfly, or was it something else? Oh, this is bad. This is time loss. Yes, exactly. Reset. I gotta agree with Fico, man. He knows his stuff. To get a better PB world run in previous runs, some of them I did, just simply because, like, even though I'm using, like, older strats that have not been updated, and, like, because, I mean, like, this game on normal is down to, like, a 136, 135. I mean, it's like, really come down. So, my strats are, like, for, like, I know for, like, new game stuff, like, it's, like, 149, 148 stuff. So I need to go back and reanalyze my runs and trim them down further. Sorry, I know you guys are hearing my phone. Good God, what the hell is with the frame pacing on this? It's running 60, but frame pacing is like, no. Chunk it. Beetle? Does look like a beetle.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Oh, that always makes me worry because like when you first do the double tap to transform, the game pauses for a second, and this is a known spot where the game can soft lock. It's like, please don't soft lock. It's like about a 1 in 35 chance. I say it every single time I stream it, but yeah, it's one of the places that can kill your run, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like you have to. You can't even exit out of like the game. You can't exit out of the level, like go back to chapter select. You have to like exit the entire thing. If you're playing on the Switch, that means like go back to the system UI, shut down the game there, then turn it back up. This game 100% on all platforms. Yeah, send you a Switch so you can run it. Sure. Well, actually, like I said, you know, if I'm playing on an emulator right now, emulated runs are allowed. So if you can play CEMU emulator in this game on your computer, version 1.21 or higher, at least 60 frames per second, you're good to go. God damn it. Oh, and he's playing hard to get. I'm getting trolled. Easy died, had to buy a new one. Ouch. But now's your time to buy yourself an NZXT. Spend like $3,000 USD and buy yourself a killer gaming rig. So that way you can run Cyberpunk 2077 at least maybe 32 frames a second. It'll be glorious. The game's trolling. Listen, this is another, like, everyone complains about Radon. I do. You know, it's like, but this part here just, like, also trolls like crazy as well. Sometimes if the computer's just like, we know you're wrecking stuff, we're not even gonna show up. Perfect. That's what I'm trying to do every single time. Like, you can get like the dodge where you don't slow things down. It's still 32 no matter what. It's funny. It's like you can have this go between 31 and 32, and it just doesn't matter. Sometimes, just like whatever.
Performance might make the back page of the classified.
Well, hey, man, someone's got to put these things in their place. It's gonna be me.
I don't think you'll be able to get a new one of those. Like my new haircut?
If you don't spin the button, can they get out, or you just don't get the bonus? You don't get the bonus. And it does speed it up, because it is actually in real time. I used to think it was... At first, I was thinking it was just a playback, because this game runs 60, and then it goes, like, to 30 on the actual systems, like the PS... not the PS3. The, Switch and Wii U. That's not what I want. But then they figured out, like, some guy figured out, like, for the Switch or the Wii U, I'm like, oh shit, this is bad. Got the punish, which I don't want to get. So this is time loss. If you don't do the punish when it tells you to, you stop taking damage. But actually, you know, it's like for this though, if you don't spam it for those last parts there, it takes a little bit longer to do, but it is played in real time. And for these graphics packs here, for this emulator, someone figured out how to basically turn off the trigger switch for it, because it used to drop it down to 30 as just a simple coding thing, and they figured out, hey, we can change this value, and we can restore it to the full 60 like it's supposed to be. Which is why I have it on for the 60 frames per second stuff. Now, certain other events, like if it's not like end boss stuff, then you can fail it. Like this, you can fail. I think it like eats you and it gives you a game over there. You're like a just start over type deal. On the airplane in the beginning, with the sword, if you don't do it there, then it knocks you off. And you die, so... But things like this, it's fine. It just speeds it up. It's on a timer for these events, but you can do it like a little bit faster. Like we're talking like maybe 1-2 seconds, maybe a second and a half. That you can fail and die. I've seen that one. So I'd say like it's half and half maybe is what I'd say probably at this point. Half of them will kill you, like half of them you can fail, half of them you cannot. It's situational. Excuse me. Bring back QTEs, no thank you. That was one of the things I was happy was gone, because those were one-hit deaths in the original Bayonetta. I was glad those were not in this game. Those can stay gone, as far as I'm concerned, for number 3. I mean, Bayonetta 2 is more action-oriented, you know. 1 was like learning about your past a little bit there, getting your abilities back, you know, finding out what's going on. It's more of a mystery. It's also super ridiculously campy. You know, Bayonetta's got this huge oral fixation with lollipops, which she only eats like maybe once or twice. One at the very beginning, once at the very end cred sequence. But that's it. I mean, it's a completely just it's completely totally different, you know. So hopefully for 3 they can bring back a little bit more of the camp and the fun. Bring back Luca as like her kind of like, you know, sort of love interest, because they did have that kind of chemistry going on in the first game, and then just turn him into a weird, you know, Spanish cowboy in this one. Shows up like twice in the game. Don't tell me what to do. Be like Mr. Popo. Don't tell me what to do! Didn't jump off the edge because I wanted to get the lollipop activation. So normally I go jumping off the edge is a little fun thing because it doesn't hurt you or anything. You can't fail it. Well, actually you can if it doesn't hit the right boundary, which is occasional, but...
To learn how to talk to a lady, ask your...
That's cool! Now I'll never know!
Try to keep up. Slow down, will ya? Take care of this.
So I went through, I'm hoping I got all the books. I think I got all the books, and as you can tell, like I have a bigger life bar and more magic. The, Musafeums, or what did they call them? The extra bonus round stuff. So I think when I did like Rosa New Game, like I didn't pick up any of the books, so it was like just smacking to them left and right and just losing time here and there. But so like about a couple days ago, I went through and just picked up the books along the way, so I don't run into them next time I do a run. And if you didn't hear earlier, one of the things about the Cloner Alliance, like the graphics or the capture card I have now, is like I saw like a review on one of them. Was that it could strip out HD CP signals, which is basically, you know, copy protection, which you can normally get out, like, if you use an HDMI splitter or something. You don't have to worry about it, like, it'll strip it out, and you can play, like, PlayStation 3 is mostly affected with this. And my splitter for my PlayStation 3 died, so I'm like, I don't want to deal with this again. It's a rare certain one you have to get, because certain splitters will just only take out, like, they'll strip the signal for the video so you can see it, but then it won't take out the audio, so you have, like, video, no audio. That isn't gonna work. So I'm like, well, I wonder if my Cloner Alliance can do the same thing, because this one card that you see on review can strip it out. I wonder if my little Flint LX will do it. It does. I hooked up my PlayStation 3 directly into the capture card, and it worked perfectly. Sound, video, no issues. So it's something they don't even advertise. I'm like, you guys should advertise this and really piss off, you know, piss off movie studios and everybody else here, but it's like it strips out HDCP. I don't need to have anything special to stream PlayStation 3 games. So when because I'm planning on doing Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge speed routing next stream, you know, the PlayStation 3 is the best version for it. It's least problems and glitchy, the controls work. So, yeah. So I expect a little bit more PlayStation 3 streams in the future. I mean, at least Sony learned their lesson, though. With the PlayStation 4, they made, like, HDCP, you could turn it off. So you could, like, stream the system, I mean, you know, as it is. If you want to watch a Blu-ray, you have to turn it on in the options, which is fine, I can understand that, but with the PlayStation 3, it was on constantly, and it sent out pulses, too, because, like, you'd start up a game like Ninja Gaiden 3, and you could see it like just sending out signals, like trying to like fry whatever device you have hooked up trying to record. It was a pain in the butt, which actually is what killed my Switch eventually, my HDI splitter, I mean.
Slow down, will ya?
So yeah, Cloner Alliance, if you're looking for a graphics card that's not Elgato and not a piece of crap that's gonna die after 3 hours to 3 months, give them a go. They're not too bad. It was a welcome surprise.
Not bad.
So it's a run down there for the hammer. I'm like, no, don't need that. I'm good.
Your turn.
Heyo, you're not helping me here. There we go. Game's like, you don't want to do that hammer jump cancel anymore. You're getting tired of that, right? Streamers are gonna, you know, the chat's gonna get bored watching you do the same thing over and over, buddy. This isn't gonna work. Let's kick it up. Let's make you do the slow one. People love the slow one. Slow one, slow one. Like food shopping today, some kid will stop me, you know. Are you Wurzel, that Bayonetta 2 speedrunner? Can you stop doing hammer jump cancels? It's kind of boring. Yeah, that totally didn't happen. I mean, I shouldn't have to point that out, but I feel I must.
Simply a matter of time.
You've been naughty.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
You like what in Bayonetta 1? Whip skin the recognition? Return these things off, and I could have used that earlier to go faster. I'll run up to this, but oh well. Like, are they using the whip in Bayonetta 1 runs? I haven't watched a Bayo 1 run in a while. That's the only time you'll ever see me, like, not torture attack this guy is on New Game Plus. Yeah, I like Bayonetta 1, but I cannot play it. Like, I can't do a full stream of it because it's just, like, too abusive on my body. All the constant button mashing and everything else you have to do in that game, it's just, like, it wrecks me physically to try to play it. Because at one point I was like, okay, cool, I've learned Bayonetta 2, let's do Bayonetta 1 for speedruns, and I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. Constant mashing and stuff is like, my body just cannot put up with it. Which is actually why I don't stream every single day. Why I stream every other day, just give myself, like, time to heal up. And the same thing why I wouldn't do, like, back-to-back Bayonetta speedruns, like, for, like, 2 days in a row, because my arm, with, like, I have bad fibromyalgia, and, like, other problems on top of it, like my bones and so forth. So, like, trying to, like, do all this would be, like, you know, it doesn't hold up. My body just gets, like, exhausted and physical pain. Like, by the end of, like, even, like, on New Game Plus, like, the mashing there, like, at the end game and stuff, like, it just destroys my arm, my muscles. They're, like, screaming, please stop. Oh, Rodon with the almost kill. See, Rodon, like, almost always stomps here, or the next ones that pop up. Like these guys. Because we were, like, talking in the Discord the other day. There we go, thank you, Rodon. About, like, what would be the biggest game changer in this game, like the speed up runs. If we could find a way to manipulate Rodon to stomp, where he kills everybody, that would be huge, because this is like a minute to minute 10, depending on how cooperative Rodon wants to be on average, for like new game, I should say. But if you could find a way to make him stomp on command, you could speed this up like even faster. You'd probably drop it by like 30 seconds. Yeah, even like New Game Plus here, that was 58, which is absurdly good. Usually on runs, I'll see around like 105 to 115 on average, I'd probably guess. You might need to pause and unpause this summon. It seems like you're about maybe a minute or two behind.
Bad boy. Didn't think I'd miss a good fight, did you?
It's like, please let me skip game. But yeah, like if you can manipulate Rodon to like stomp on command, you might be able to save 30 seconds there is what I'm going to take an estimate at. Oops, my yellow wore off. Forgot about that. Alright, let's keep on running. Next part, turn on more yellows, run through obstacles. Not here, but next part we fall down. We're running like on the bones of stuff. What are these things? Go. Alright, so should I go for quick kill or not? Nope, couldn't get it anyway. Okay, it's not ideal. Rosa, you have to be really careful because you can quick kill, which can either work in your benefit, and he's like instantly dead here. Like he'll just instantly, as soon as the camera zooms in, he hops back, skip out, or he despawns, and you have to do the entire level over, which kills your run. It's something you can do with Rosa and Jean. Bayonetta, I guess, can't do it quite as fast, I guess. Drawing a blank on what I'm trying to do. Not good. You shitting me? There we go. Then taunt him, so that way it makes him speed up. So if you don't, it's one of those things that can actually speed it up, but it's all situational, like if where you're at and where he's at. Like if he's out there dead and flying around and still has to come in and stomp, then it's in your benefit to taunt him because that's going to bring him in faster. Holy crap, the computer's not liking this. Alright, so the only thing you have to worry about really right now is, like, excuse me, like camera trolling and bridge falling trolling. Become evident in the next section. And like right here is a part where you can get hosed by the game if it feels like it. You can either have your camera do a full 180-degree turn on you when you're running, all of a sudden you're looking backwards. Or you can have the rocks come down too soon, start knocking around. This level control, not too bad today. I know I'm jinxing myself saying that out loud, but it's doing all right. This part can also jinx as well. Like it won't let you up on the platform, or it just like shoots you underneath it, and it's like then it's a panic to try to make it backwards without triggering the Grace and Glory fight. I think it's a Grace and Glory fight. I always hate that fight because it's like you can't see exactly where you are. It's just too much of the screen and you're right at the angles. So you get like hidden a lot. I almost have to play that one by audio because especially with my color blindness, I really can't see what's going on. All right. Yeah, this part just like chugs. I don't know why. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. This seems like even worse for whatever reason today. Just like so many explosions and everything going on. The game's like, no. And that's why I turned on a yellow lollipop. Every once in a while, they just try to like take a coming like a running swing at you there. That actually went pretty well. I mean, it feels like if I wasn't playing New Game Plus, I'd have to dodge on that. But yeah, that actually went pretty good because sometimes he can just. When he trolls, he basically just jumps from one side of the arena to the next shooting missiles. So you have to chase him down and if you have the Gaze of Despair on, which basically causes like them to be aggroed. Whoa, come on camera. There we go. Then it's like, he'll just like leap from one side to the other. There's nothing you can do about it. Ooh, there we go. Now I attempt to jam on buttons and open up a soda. I say it's a soda. It's actually it's water. It's sparkling water, whatever they call it. Flavored sparkling water. This one's pineapple coconut, which is basically think like pina colada, if you will. But like water form in its diet, there's like no calories, no sugar, so. I must hit the button somewhere. Hey Peach, what's up? Not much is good. Okay, why is that thing not dying? I have questions. There is no uptime. I think I have bots on this channel. You think I'm smart enough to figure out how to do bots on my, like, low-effort channel? Oh, you have alerts up. Of course, that's like a personal thing, though. My personal philosophy on streaming, which I'm sure everybody's heard before, and I'm going to bore you again with it, is, like, my focus is on the games, which is why I don't have, like, any alerts on the screen, or... I hate when you go to, like, you watch a streamer and, like, somebody raids, and it's like, so-and-so's raiding with, like, you know, 27 people, and it plays, like, a 4-minute song clip, and it's taking up, like, half the screen, you can't hear what's going on, you can't see what's going on. I'm just like, for me, I'm just like, I just want to, like, see the gameplay and stuff, and that's why I have it on, like, mine here, so... If you follow, I don't know until like the end of the stream a lot of times, and I look at there and see who follows. But if you subscribe, and I'm not telling anyone to subscribe, but if you subscribe, that shows up in the chat. Nix is like the only crazy person who subscribes to me. That poor man goes hungry for one lunch a month, foregoing 2 candy bars. So that way I can get $2.49 from Twitch in revenue. Once every 2 years when I finally meet my payout requirements.
And now,
Can't wait to get Bayo 2 for Christmas. Oh, it's gonna be a good Christmas indeed for you. So you know what this means now here, Peach. I'm gonna expect to be seeing like speedruns from you within like, you know, at least 2 or 3 days after you get Bayonetta. I'm expecting to see, you know, your run submitted in like a pro. For me. Ooh. It's actually a person in our Discord. She models Bayonetta occasionally. And she has those prop guns. And she uses it like in her cosplay. It's really cool looking. I'll have to ask her. I haven't talked to her in a while to see like if she's done any new photo shoots and stuff like that as Bayonetta. I mean, she looks the part. I mean, she has like the Bayo 2 look down like absurdly great. It's really good. So sometimes the bomb takes out those 4 guys, sometimes it doesn't. I just now remembered I can use my lollipops on this part because I'm not used to doing that. I am so smart. SMRT. That, boys and girls, is what you call time loss. Just a small one, like probably 2 or 3 seconds. Will cripple me in the long run, emotionally. Our relationships are going to suffer. My boss is going to fire me again. You know, just the usual things that come from time losses when speedrunning, really. So this is like the one where it's just like, I can't get right, ever. You shoot bombs at that, and like, a lot of times it just goes flying right through, like, the circle you have. It's frustrating. It's like, it just goes right past him, it's like, please hit him. That is the power of red lollipops there. Wow, we only got 2 shots. That's impressive. Never seen that.
You've been naughty.
Alright, so it says Bayonetta does the least damage. There's a chance we might get stuck on the bombing run. I'm hoping we don't. Because that's just like a time loss, you know, no matter how you look at it. Yeah, that asshole did the bombing run on me. All he needed was one more hit. Oh, I hate that. Well, it used to be hammer time. Not anymore. Hammer time is past. Hammer time is done. Parachute pants were not needed this time. Maybe on a future run. Only if you're too legit to quit when you pray. For you youngsters out there, those were MC Hammer songs. For those who don't know who MC Hammer was, back when rap before went gangster, was kind of comical. Dressed up in big poofy parachute pants. Was known for his elaborate stage displays and concerts. And he blew through such an amount of money, he was bankrupt in like 3 years. This is just like, he'd go through his hometown, like his neighborhood, he's like, hey man, you got a job? Nope. Okay, we got a job now, you're working for me. Here's a whole bunch of money, like a crazy amount of money to work for me. Just stand there on stage doing nothing. You know, it was like that type of thing. It's like buying mansions and cars and everything, and then gangster rap came, and yeah, that was the end of his career, and then kind of went bankrupt. Kind of became a joke. Come for the Bayonetta New Game Plus speedruns, you stay for the MC Hammer tragedy stories.
Let's dance, boys.
Alright, so on the actual Switch itself, my world record for this is 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 24 seconds, and we're gonna beat that by like 2 minutes. But keep in mind, I'm playing emulator, which loads faster than the Switch, so yeah. That's the reason why. No, actually, believe it or not, Yuzu runs like garbage on my computer. Or I would. It's like, it depends entirely upon the game. Yeah, for now, I mean, it's getting better. I mean, Bayonetta on Yuzu was running like 4 frames, and now it's running like 25, almost 30, so... I mean, it's getting better, but... they still need to like figure out the requirements, because even for the longest time they didn't have like the ability to do multi-core. So like, it's really funny because like people are like, I don't know, it runs great for me on my computer. Your computer sucks. It's like, well, what are you running? Intel 9900K. Yeah, Intel 9900K with overclocked to 5 gigahertz, and my computer's about to catch on fire with a 1080, RTX 2080 Ti. It's like, dude, shut up. It's like, come down into normal mortal levels, you know. Yuzu is kind of like where CEMU was like a year and a half ago. It's getting better, but not quite there. But certain games run great, you know. Sonic Mania. You know, that runs outstandingly well. I have to turn on like a frame limiter for that, or it runs 500 frames a second. Whatever that Zelda remake was for the Game Boy Advance game, or Game Boy Color one, whatever that one's called, that runs good too. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion ran okay on my computer. That was back when I was still having weird graphical problems that they've solved, so I haven't tried it in like 6-7 months. But like Mario Odyssey, oh my god, that game runs like 15 frames a second on my computer. You can hear my computer screaming for me to put it out of its misery when I try to play that game. Breath of the Wild, I have not tried because I can get it running like 50 frames per second open world and 60 in the dungeons on CEMU, and it's the exact same game on the Switch, so yeah, not gonna bother with that. Oh yeah. It was actually used as one of the stress tests for a while, to be honest. It's like they were going through and testing a couple different places where you just have the game go to a crawl. And that's where they're running through and checking on improvements and stuff, but there's quite a lot in Mario Odyssey, a lot of details and stuff. So if you don't have like a higher end computer, like if you're stuck on a lower end processor like I am, it can really eat things up. Alright, so it's gonna be, looks like a 11:43. We didn't have my timer ready. Alright, let me write this down here.